Will you be Larry's friend? Come Play was directed by Jacob Chase, who directed a short film named Larry. It's his first feature-length film. It centers around two parents and their young son, Oliver. And Oliver is a bright, intelligent kid who has his own quirks, but is also reserved and mostly nonverbal because he's autistic. The young man who plays Oliver also played the kid in Marriage Story. I loved him in that, thought he was great, and he's great in this. The parents, the mother is, raising Oliver the best way she can, making sure he has everything he needs at home as far as a good environment, good quiet environment, everything he needs as far as technology, because he has a phone that he uses with a speech app to communicate since he's mostly nonverbal. She's taking him to speech classes, but they're not quite working out the way she wants because many parents just want their child to be able to fit in and everything. And, things have come a long way, but unfortunately that tends to be the case with, how some kids can be cruel. The dad is in Oliver's life, working hard, buying him gifts. They love Oliver in their own way. I want to say right now, I have friends who have children that are on various levels. They're either on the spectrum or various levels, and it can be tough having talked to them. I'm not an expert on this, so I'm choosing my words carefully, but I know from them it takes a lot to understand, this is how things need to be. Create a good environment for the child. It's not their fault that they were born like this. It's not their fault. And I like that about this movie. It captured a good family dynamic, and the parents did love Oliver in their own way. I mean, they do love him, and they want to make sure that he, has everything he needs. But also they're a bit at odds, and Oliver, can understand this. He can't verbalize it, but he can understand this. And since he has a phone where he can communicate through his speech app, one night he, an ebook just pops up all of a sudden. What the hell is this ebook? It's called Misunderstood Monsters. It focuses on a monster named Larry, a very gangly, slimy, bony creature that is made fun of because of how he looks, because of how odd he is and everything, and he just wants a friend. Larry is lonely, he just wants a friend. Larry is going to get a friend one way or another. This movie kind of reminds me of Lights Out, where the same director that directed the short film directed the feature-length movie, and just centered around a good family dynamic with, with an entity that was coming after them for whatever reason. And it featured flickering lights and, shutting off lights and stuff like that, and spoopiness and good atmosphere, but it was obviously a low-budget movie. By no means was Lights Out scary, and Come Play, unfortunately, falls under the same thing. I can't say that it isn't a little bit chilling, that it isn't a little bit frightening to have something coming after something you love, and that would be, any parent's great fear. Yes, it's a little crazy that a monster would come after your child, but that's, about that. I mean, when you get a horror movie, that's, where you got to kind of, just accept that there's going to be some craziness about it. The one major strike against this is that it is PG-13, and that right there usually is the worst offense any horror movie could make, because you can make a movie somewhat chilling, but you're kind of handcuffing yourself when it comes to rating like that. That being said, this one did have good atmosphere. The creature was sort of chilling because you didn't get to see too much of it. When they finally showed him, yes, okay, could it be considered goofy? Yes, but after all the shit I've seen this year and in various years, I thought the creature at least looked kind of cool. And the family dynamic is really what was focused on for most of it. Sure, some of the characters make dumb decisions, and there's, some stuff where we're like, why would you do that? What the hell are you doing? Just get out. Go get out of that area. What are you doing? But overall, the movie has way more positives than negatives, which I was very shocked by. And I was originally going to go see this in theaters, but since theaters are closed down currently in my state, I live in Washington, if you don't know, I decided I'd just wait for it to come out. And it came out on streaming so soon, I was like, yeah, I'll plunk down and I'll watch it. And I actually ended up enjoying it overall. Now, I am going to get into spoilers here in a little bit, but I will say, this is $20. Now, if you don't want to invest $20, if you want to get a couple friends together, or if your family, if your family are like horror movie fans, sure, rent it. I mean, and then just do that. If you got the spare cash, go for it. It's certainly better than investing in The Craft Legacy, which was absolute shit. As far as, films that I've watched that I bought, like in your, at-home access, in theater access, it's certainly, probably the best of the bunch that I've watched. Can't say it's perfect, but it definitely is way better than I expected because I had a good chilling feel to it. And it had, I don't want to say sappiness, but it just had that family feel. It was actually really nice. They treated it well, and they treated the subject matter of having an autistic child pretty damn well, at least I thought. Anyway, I'm getting into spoilers right now. So anyway, if you're in spoiler territory, ha ha ha, here we are. So, I want to say once again, the kid played Oliver really goddamn good. The mother character, she was pretty good as well. So this Misunderstood Monsters book, it's just like, it's kind of a pop. It sort of, I guess, was trying to be a PG-13 version of the Babadook, but I thought the Babadook was a whole lot better. We get to see the kid bullied, and Larry is in this phone. He's in this kid's phone, but he has to find a way to break through this window so it can become a door so he can take Oliver and have a friend. And basically, these kids bully him, throw his phone in the field. That comes back a little bit later. The dad finds a tablet when he's at the Lost and Found because he does a night watch job, and he decides, hey, let's have let's give Oliver this. Well, Oliver uses it, and Larry makes his presence known through that because he lets his presence be known through technology, and light bulbs burst, all this energy gets sapped, so he can manifest himself because he can't come into our world yet fully. He has to use our elements to basically come back. I just want to be your friend, and that's basically it. Oh, the creature wants to be your friend, and the creature wants to fucking take you, goddammit. And unfortunately, Oliver can only verbalize a little bit here. I mean, he can indicate stuff like through his app, but as things go on, there's a sleepover, which actually was kind of funny. Larry, one of the kids that was bullying him, because it's all the kids that were bullying him, reads the book, and then he gets, hurled with a table, which was actually kind of funny. One line from the mother: if you want to make friends, you can't push furniture on them, which was kind of funny. And the mother, ends up hearing from the tablet because Larry's in the tablet. It's like, you're not going to hurt my son, not hurt. Take. That was actually a pretty good scene. Oliver keeps looking for Larry because he's trying to find a way to get rid of him, and two, he's also curious because he doesn't have friends. So he's kind of torn here. Larry does go on the attack, so they destroy the tablet, but here's the thing, he can get through other technology in the house. And turns out the mother was lying about this. One of the boys that bullied him, they used to be friends, and the mother thought because Oliver hit the boy, even though he didn't, mean anything by it, she said, well, let's just sever ties. She was friends with the mother, but severed ties. It turns out, Oliver now is a little bit upset about that. And he becomes friends with this kid, Byron. They destroy technology one night, the mother and, the mother mainly does, because she's tired of, this creature trying to get at her son, this gangly creature. And they have a heart-to-heart under the bed, and Larry tries to come, for them, which he's very gangly and very spidery and stuff like that. It's like the Crooked Man. I hope they make that Conjuring movie. And they go to the field. Well, the phone is in the field, so Larry's able to pop up out of that because he can pop up out of anything. And the mother ends up saying, hey, don't take him, take me. Meanwhile, the dad is in the hospital after a car accident, by the way, so that factors in a little bit later. The mother gets taken because that way she can save her son. Things are going good. The dad is there at the speech classes and everything's going fine. And the son, and I think maybe not that night, but soon after, the son's downstairs playing. The dad's like, what's going on? Like, oh no, Larry's come back. He gets his phone out and sees that it's the ghost apparition of the mother. The mother's playing. The mother says she will protect him, and she's holding to that. And the dad was very emotional, and I thought that was a pretty good ending. I mean, I know some people may not like this, and I did not expect to like this as much as I did. Now, I'm not going to go higher than a B because it still wasn't all that scary, but it was still it was pretty damn good for a PG-13 horror movie, and that's saying something. Is it worth $20? That's arguable, but you know what? If you got to spare cash and you want to watch something, there are certainly worse ways to spend your time, like The Craft Legacy. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.